rerun of Heat 2B, the 5-minute mark.
In Seattle.
Now.
Our lineup includes the 95 Spirit of Guitar with Kip Brown, Jimmy Shane to the 5
Graham Trucking, Jimmy Shane.
21, go fast, turn left.
In the lead at the stoppage of the last heat.
Out on the course, it is the Guitar parked in lane number 1.
Remember, Jimmy Shane made a great move in the first time they started this race. He kind of held
parked down in lane number 1, the 95 Spirit of Guitar, Kip Brown.
Yeah, I had a great conversation down here with Jimmy Shane and both Kip Brown, separate conversations.
The 21, Snoqualmie Casino, Brian Perkins.
On the tower we're going, what's Jimmy Shane's job here? What's he doing? Because if you remember, he just kept cutting the course right in front of Kip. And I said, looks like you were just letting Kip know
the 14,
that you were aware of where
Mr.
he was
Julio, Greg
goes,
Hop.
that's it. I thought I'd show him about 4 times. I knew what he was doing.
And he was serious about it, and he made the move work and had that inside lane.
Well, and Kip Brown's procedure here, this is pretty good. He came out about the 7-minute mark, ripped up the backstretch, cut the course, came across start-finish line at speed, cut the course again to the backstretch, then came around to the front straightaway, and he's parked right there in lane 1.
Let's check in with Tony Ott in Farmers Exchange, turn number 2.
That's exactly what was going on. Nice to speak together, Brad. His gun or time frame went off, but he was out there on the water first, made his lap, cut it across, made his up on time across the start finish. And now as he was going across there, he saw that Jimmy Shane was coming out, and he went up there and cut across the field and made his way back onto the backstretch and did a complete lap, came in and parked. And now you see Jimmy Shane coming up right next to him.
Yep, Jimmy Shane. Well, and now Jimmy's going to put his foot back in it. No, I don't want to play that game yet.
He says, nah, I want lane 1, so he just moved over in front. Now let's watch and see what the Kipper does.
Well, he put a little foot into the pedal there and followed for a moment.
But they still got 2 minutes to kill. We just hit the 3-minute mark here, so they got a couple of minutes to kill. So Kip's going, all right, so this is a different start procedure out of the young man from Maryland. And Jimmy says, nah, that's too much time to kill. I'm going to leave. So Jimmy's leaving.
It's just so slow.
It's so slow, and the fishing's not that good this early in the afternoon. You got to wait till later in the evening, don't you?
Yeah, a little bit. Let's check in with Rob Francis and Avalon Health and Rehab Center, turn number 2. Your bridge from hospital to home.
Well, there is a lot of movement down here on the river as far as the current is concerned. It's quite a bit choppy up here at turn number 3. In fact, choppy enough that 20 members of the Affleck family decided to get out of the water and take over on the shoreline over here to my right. So
you've got some friends.
We've got quite a few friends over here to the right side of the boat launch watching the race, but the Albert Lee coming up here on the inside lane, and of course Greg Hop and the Mr. Julio taking things, looks like probably lane 4, maybe lane 5, just taking it nice and easy right around turn 3 right now, as it looks like Jimmy Shane's gone through the infield again.
Right back towards us at the Tom Brunsman Memorial Barge and the Northern Quest Resort Casino start-finish line. Jimmy Shane now pulls into what looks like to be lane number 2 as Kip Brown continues at the trolling speed.
Hey, Brad, real quick question on that, because what I just saw might have an impact on the timing that Kip has coming into the corner. Because when Jimmy Shane pulled in front of him, Kip started it up and went chasing him. Does that have an impact on him, do you think?
Well, it could have if he was timing himself to get to that 1-minute buoy. Well, he doesn't have as much time. He's got the same amount of time, but he's got less space to cover.
Exactly.
I mean, you're exactly right. So we'll see how it works out, but I think he's okay because there's 20 seconds to the 1-minute mark, and now Kip Brown begins to power up a little bit. He's going to be the only one down here trying the slow troll start. Now, we'll keep an eye on Jimmy Shane and Brian Perkins. They're going to come up behind him at speed. Tony, are we looking at another leapfrog?
It's exactly what's going on as Jimmy Shane comes around. Both of them are deck to deck, and it's a clean start. And Jimmy Shane has done it again. Look at that as he goes down and he's starting to move across. He's got, it looks like 5 backstretch leapfrog.
Perfectly executed. Both boats were, and I was a little bit surprised because Kip Brown actually had pretty good boat speed, but Jimmy Shane was willing to really put his foot in it, do the leapfrog maneuver to take lane number 1 again.
But now they're up there with 33 seconds until the start. So now they got to shut them back down again. So that's twice Jimmy showed that move to Mr. Brown, and I'm sure he'll put that one in the memory bank somewhere.
And on the outside, it looks like Greg Hop will be in lane number 4 in the 14 Mr. Julio, and Brian Perkins in the lane 3. The 21 go fast turn left with Brian Perkins. 4 boats coming around the top end. Wow, Greg Hop way out wide in lane number 6. Almost to the outer part of the 5, 4, outside, leading down the front stretch. But look at great speed by the Spirit of Qatar and Kip Brown.
Kip Brown's going to get down here first. He's got Jimmy Shane on his left, about a boat length back, but Shane's going to have lane position on the inside. Tony, coming to you.
They may enter as the Qatar is bouncing around. I know, he just went up on the left side, and he looked like he lost a lot there, and he did. Jimmy Shane takes the inside, has to spread it to 3 boat lengths.
And a good race in back, too, between Hop and also Brian Perkins, the 2 green boats. Hop on the outside, Perkins on the inside, but it's Jimmy Shane in lane number 1 leading into turn number 3. Kip Brown in the Spirit of Qatar in second place.
Well, coming towards us, you can see how much effect that had on Kip Brown getting pushed to the outside. And again, he goes to the outside a little bit here in turn number 3.
Oh, Jimmy Shane
up on that left spot a little bit. It did a little bit.
Jimmy Shane leading by a rooster tail at the exit into turn number 4, coming across the start-finish line in E2B from Atomic Screen Print, and a 147.805 for Jimmy Shane. Rooster tail back is Kip Brown, then another 2 rooster tails back, and we've got a race for 3rd place between Hop and Perkins.
Yeah, Shane's down here first, got a full rooster tail on Kip Brown, and he's got him on his hip, but our other 2 boats are dead even. Tony, this is what you're going to want to watch. You got Mr. Hop on the outside of Perkins coming to the apex.
Perkins is inside, and he's going to have a little bit of a lead as he comes around. He just scooted by Hop, and it'll be Brian Perkins scooted into 3rd place.
Up the backstretch, Jimmy Shane still leading by a rooster tail over Kip Brown in the 95 Spirit of Qatar. It's the Graham Trucking in the lead into turn number 3, Rob.
And both boats catching a little bit of that chop down here as they hit the entrance pin. But it looks like Kip Brown catching a little bit on Jimmy Shane. Not a whole lot, but Greg Hop catching up on Perkins again as they get inside the turn.
Jimmy Shane open wide and it's into turn number 4. Brian Perkins coming through some rough water right now on the inside, and Hop is hopping around. The 2 green boats battling for 3rd place, with Jimmy Shane's race to win right now in E2B from Atomic Screen Print.
Still got the big lead. He flew the boat last time down here. Not near as much this time. It's Shane by more than a rooster tail. Brown, I think discretion's going to be the better part of valor here. Let him go and pick up the 300 points. But these guys are worth fighting for 225 points. And you're right, Perkins is getting a rough ride in the slop in the inside lane.
Hop was hopping around too, heading down to Tony and Farmers Exchange turn 2.
Brian Perkins in the 21. He's got it at the exit pin. It looks as if he spread it out good. Rooster tail in a half lead.
Coming up the backstretch, Jimmy Shane now with a 2 rooster tail lead in Heat 2B from Atomic Screen Print. Heading around into turn number 3, and here comes Kip Brown in the 95 Spirit of Qatar at the entrance pin by Rob right now.
And it seems like they took your advice, Brad. Kip Brown laying off quite a bit. Jimmy Shane is going to coast in here, and it looks like Greg Hop losing a little bit to Brian Perkins.
And a checkered flag finish now for the 5s. And it's going to be Graham Trucking and Jimmy Shane with the victory in Heat 2B. Kip Brown comes in second place in the 95 Spirit of Qatar. Brian Perkins hangs on for a 3rd place finish in the 21 Go Fast Turn Left, and a 4th place finish for the Hopster Greg Hop in the Miss